Hey guys, welcome back to some AFK Arena. Happy Super Bowl Sunday to you guys. If you guys are into football, watching the Super Bowl, big shout out for joining me for the live stream today. We are going to go through, we're going to do a little bit of farming out of here. I'm going to show you kind of where I'm at right now within the hunting fields. We're going to be looking to build out the awakened version of Belinda. She continues to kind of be a struggle. And if you remember guys, live stream have been incredibly well when it comes to the ability, the streamer's luck. We have almost 20,000 diamonds that we've saved up since last week, still making a lot of progression in here. Like I said, we're going to work on the awakened version of Belinda. We already have her at Mythic, almost got that plus 30 signature item, just slow, steady progression with these heroes. Rambola, let's see, do you think Olgath will be Omega broken with group teaming? Rambola, honestly, I think Olgath is going to be huge. And the reason behind that, the logic behind it, is if he's in a formation with multiple targets, and in things like the cursed realm where the targets do not die, Olgath's damage is going to be through the roof, guys, because again, you have multiple targets and you have targets that are not going to die. Now, what we've noticed is still going to take a little bit more testing, but overall, when he is in formations, if he kills a bunch of targets, his damage goes down dramatically because there are less targets. That's kind of the caveat to the damage that he puts out. So again, if you're in a team with multiple heroes, multiple targets, you're going to be able to do incredibly well within there. And then how are you so nice and kind with everything? Oh, thank you, Rambola. Yeah, I love the game. I love the time that I get to spend with you guys on Sundays. I'm going through the live stream, going through some content, answering questions. It is something that I am passionate about, something that I love to do, as well as YouTube. If I'd have done YouTube 10 years ago, who knows what would have ever happened, but I definitely love going through here and sharing it with you. Now, another thing that I do want to see about building out is Kanisa and Rook. So we've been focusing a little bit on Kanisa and Rook, got the plus 30 signature item, getting the furniture, and then we're also going to have to add a star onto Kanisa and Rook so we can continue with the engraving. When it comes to Kanisa and Rook, guys, the plus 30 engraving, before taking fatal damage for the first time, Kanisa and Rook's attack and defense gradually increases up to a 45% buff. That is a monster buff that you're getting on this hero. Then, of course, the defensive reduction. So if he's in formation such as the Cursed Realm, this defensive reduction is going to allow the team to amplify their damage just from getting that plus 60 engraving in there. Again, I know Kanisa and Rook. I know Olgath we have to build. I know the awakened version of Belinda we have to build. But that is what this game is about, guys. If I came in here and all of the heroes were super easy to build, I had everyone built, there wouldn't be very much to do in this game if we had all of those heroes built. Beasts, heroes, awakened heroes, it is just going to take a considerable amount of time to get these done. So Quan Yu is here, Venom, S. Simon, Jesus, wow, my hippo is white. That is a different time, Jesus. So with the hippos, guys, the first month is the white background hippo. Then it goes to a bronze hippo. Jesus, as you see right there, for the membership specifically to the channel, that is the silver hippo. So that is the silver hippo. Then you have a gold hippo. Then there is a platinum. So they're spaced out on the initial membership, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and 18 months. Just like Chris has the white background hippo, that is the 1 month hippo, depending where you're at. And even Rambola has a different one, which is, I believe, the 3 month hippo. So it is really cool. What's going on, GK Random and Dark Exodus? How you doing today? All right, guys, so some of the summons in here, I was really on the fence. I want to go through. We want to finish out the Misty Valley first. The reason is, guys, this is probably one of the most profitable areas of AFK Arena because you can choose exactly what you want to do with these chests, guys. And once you do this, it's done. So looking here, guys, what, 1, 2, 3, 450 of our cores. We have what, 10, 20, 30, 40, 55 red chests, tier 4 stones. We get some baits as well as a lot of summons. Plus, when you go through here, guys, in looking at the loot that you do get just from this event itself, it is crazy the amount of loot that you get, which is the reason why I've said from the beginning, guys, since they've put this in kind of full time, it is honestly probably one of the best, most profitable events that we see within AFK Arena. Yep, yeah. Jesus with the big smile there. Yeah, that you get different hippos depending on, again, depending on how long you've been a member of the channel. We do give away 1 membership every single time that we do our live streams, guys. Minimum 1 membership. A couple times I've done quite a bit more. To win the battle, Maulers, look, we need Inoki and we need Screg in this one. So literally, we'll just swap in Inoki and Screg. Screg still has a lot of utility, guys. Inoki, unfortunately, not so much, but Screg, again, still viable with the invade team. Honestly, pretty much makes the invade team by himself, which works incredibly well. If you got some questions, guys, drop them in there. I know this is super easy content to get through, but I love it. 4 Maulers? Oh, I didn't put my 4th Mauler, which doesn't really help. But we'll get it. Like I was saying, guys, Misty Valley, easy content because you can use garrison heroes. So you can actually borrow an awakened hero like Thane. Thane does really well in here. Ainz still does incredibly well in here. Lucretia does well in here. Any of the big burst heroes that we have will work incredibly well within this game mode. And as you progress through with your VIP level, the VIP levels will actually allow you to do more damage in here. It makes it easy. Do you push for the HF frame? Right now, we're under the 2,000. I really don't. The big thing with it, Chris, is if you're looking at the hunting fields frame, you need a pretty specific team and a pretty strong team to be able to push in there. And it takes a lot of time and effort. That's the reason why I don't really push for the frame. And ultimately, when it comes to the frame, there are so many crazy frames that are in here right now. I like the frame. I think it looks pretty cool. But overall, if I don't get the frame, again, not super disappointed if we do not get a frame, which we might not get a frame. But we go in there, we play around. Again, it's not super hardcore when we go through there and really push to get the frame. But it is what it is. What's going on? Access declined. Hello, FHG. Good to see you. What's going on, Moneymaker? Just started the game 1 month ago, and your videos and explanations are awesome. Thank you for everything. Oh, thank you, Kevin. If you look, guys, right up here, I did a subscriber goal. So far, we have 1 subscriber that I actually got right as soon as I made the goal. 250 or 225 subscribers will put us at our 30,000 mark for the channel, which is absolutely crazy. So if you haven't subbed, guys, sub to the channel. We are 224 now away from having this. And Major is here. We're going for the 2K. And that's my thought, Chris, is always shoot for the stars, guys, regardless of what you get. If you come up short on the 2K, does it really make a big difference? No, you're not out any loot. You might lose a frame that you'll use for essentially a little bit. Really shoot to land, at the top. You want to be in the top 1%. Where you land is kind of what it is. So win battle, Graveborn, all allies must be the same class. All right, so let's drop our Graveborn in here. I just kind of go down the list. Makes it easy. Yeah, like I said, Chris, right now we're at, I believe, around 14. I think we're at about 1,400. Going through with the Chad team, which if you guys caught the video earlier, Chad team doing incredibly well right now, which I definitely like. It's really cool to see how well the Chad team can do in there as a driving factor. What's going on, Andre? And Lee Fang is here as well. Is Hodgkin still relevant? Yes, Lee. Hodgkin is still a pretty relevant hero. Big thing is when you look at the hunting fields, the Abyssal Expedition. Also, when you look at the Cursed Realm, Hodgkin, very, very relevant. Not only for the crowd control that he brings, but also for the buffing. That's the other big thing, guys, that a lot of players kind of forget about Hodgkin is with his flag, that black flag. He has a really, really big, solid buff that heroes utilize, which is, again, the reason why so many players still utilize him is the buffs that he provides in there. And he does well, guys. He really does well with the buffs. By the way, is it me or does the new hypo look like a wear frame? Yeah. So the new hypo, it's funny, if any of you follow the second channel, we actually play Eternal Evolution over there, and he looks like a few heroes from Eternal Evolution kind of put together. As soon as I see him, I thought of Artis in Eternal Evolution. Again, he looks kind of out of the norm of AFK Arena, but I still love how his build is with the cannon, with the guns, the whole mechanical part, which we need Palmer and Belinda in this one. It's pretty cool to see. I think, again, in a couple different game modes, he is going to be very relevant. He has to be because of the damage that we see him putting out. But overall, going to be interesting to see the build that we get with him. Is Palmer really important? Yes. Palmer is one of the biggest support heroes. Not just the support hero, Chris, but he is a damage amplification machine. You have a lot of different heroes that will buff up attack rating, a lot of heroes that will buff up or, reduce defensive rating. Attack rating and damage are different, and then damage and damage amplification are different. That is where Palmer comes in, and Palmer really amplifies damage. And why he's being used in so many formations, Petty, is because of the amplification factor that he builds. There isn't very many heroes that do, again, that the damage amplification or the crit amplification. A lot of them do either the damage increase or they do the attack rating increase, but the damage amplification, when you put it behind heroes like Scarlet, heroes like Belinda, that are really big burst heroes, Palmer is absolutely the biggest priority because he is broken when it comes to the amount of damage that some of these heroes can put up in a very, very short amount of time with the buffs that he does possess. I got my Palmer E30, first star waiting, got in the Misty Valley. I'm so happy. Yes, absolutely, Rambola. Again, Palmer, Awakened Brutus, definitely two big heroes. Palmer only needs the E30. That is really the stopping point. If you're Whale, if you're looking to really maximize him, you can take him a little bit higher. But I look at what is the optimal builds for the heroes, kind of without going over, because my thought behind it, what win without a warrior or support, is there's not a big drive to push the heroes super high if you're not being competitive with a lot of it. If you're not really pushing the envelope in the treasure scramble, in the cursed realm, even going to 30 or 60 or 44 or 67 or taking it to 80 really depends on how competitive you are in different game modes and which game modes, again, you're really trying to push the envelope on. Yes, and that's it. So magic and physical pierce, there's a whole bunch of it, Andre, that he brings, which is the reason, again, why so many players are utilizing Palmer, because it is pretty broken, guys. We've got Wilders and then 5 different factions. Let's hop in here, guys. We'll drop in our Wilder heroes. And again, I just use my 4 strongest because we know Thane right here is going to be the cleanup. You can do the same with Ainz. Again, you can do it with Lucretia. You can do it with Brutus. Really, a majority of heroes, you can do that exact same thing of just really driving it home with any of the heroes that you kind of have in here. 5 different factions. There we go. Ainz Linda. There you go. What's going on, Asta? Thank you for joining us for the live stream, and happy Super Bowl Sunday, guys. Let me know in the chat who's going to win. A lot of players are saying that the, I know it's the Eagles and the Chiefs. Bookies are saying, I guess a lot of online is saying that the Eagles are going to absolutely just dominate, but they have the same record as the Chiefs. I don't know. How can I get Ainz? Ainz right now, Kevin, you have to use from the garrison. So you have to go ahead and get them out of the garrison. Does cost you a considerable amount of resources, which I would not use right now. And the big reason for that, Kevin, is we have Mulan. Get Mulan. Once you have Mulan all set, then you can look at getting Ainz or getting some other heroes. But make sure, guys, you do not pass up Mulan. Even looking, again, in the past when we did the collaboration videos, we looked at Queen, not very relevant whatsoever. Now she's used all over. There has been a lot of heroes that we've seen very little to no utility until a much later date. It was literally months before we seen any utility with Queen. And I feel like now we're almost to the point where we're starting to see utility with Mulan. We're starting to see Mulan in a couple different formations, which is very cool. We're seeing her within some of the Cursed Realm comps. We're also seeing her within the Treasure Scramble comps. So it might take a little bit of time to really find the synergies between the teams. And if they release a Dimensional Tower, guys, you have to have them. What is the best way to grind Stargazer cards? The towers. The absolute Bubba J. Best way to grind Stargazer cards at all possible, yes, is the towers, guys. And I'll show you the Stargazer cards that I've gotten. Now, most of you know we do this every single week. I save all of my resources. I literally save everything for the entire week, getting ready for the stream. We only do our summons. We only do like opening chests, things of that nature. I try to save it till we're on, till we do the live stream. But yes, definitely, guys, if you're looking to farm Stargazer cards, and I'll show you where I'm at the towers, that is the point that I have been farming and farming and farming towers, is to get Stargazer cards. So we've been pushing it a lot, guys, to get those Stargazer cards. Let's go ahead and collect all. Boom. Look at the Poke coins. Look at the stones in here, guys. Absolutely amazing. And then, of course, the mega super treasure. Collect all of that up. So we got 700, tier 3, tier 4, 55 chests, 50. We got 120, so 2 full pulls in there, 10 more Stargazer cards. So let's see, guys, in the last week, so the last 7 days, we did the stream at the exact same time, 7 days ago. We have 87 Stargazer cards. We know we got a code in there. We know we got a couple events in there. We have farmed up 87 Stargazer scrolls. So even looking here, guys, every 10 floors, once you hit, I believe, 125, you start getting Stargazer cards. This is the place that I farm. This is really the biggest place that I farm Stargazer cards. So every 5th level, so like 585, you'll get 5 Stargazer cards. I go through and systematically look, because you also have to remember, guys, is every 20 floors. So not only every 10 floors are you getting 5 Stargazer cards, but every 20 floors you are getting time emblems. So this is the place to farm, guys. Again, the return on this, once they do the patch update, you're going to be able to push up to 60 floors in a single time, which means, again, the big heroes like our trio heroes, when we get the trio versions of heroes, make sure you have 60 floors banked within the King's Tower. So when you get the trio version of a hero, you can push 60 plus floors while you have that trio version, which is huge. I think the subscriber counter is not working. We had one earlier when I set it up the first time. It was actually Rushan, which is in there. Sometimes it delays really bad. It is through Streamlabs, guys, which works pretty well a majority of the time. But there is occasions, guys, where it really doesn't work or it's delayed. Some of it I do see some of the really big delay. Why is there a lock option in each hero? The lock option is if you don't want to change the hero. So if you go ahead and lock the heroes, none of my heroes are locked. I don't think I've ever used the option, but it will lock from changing what he has in here. Moneymaker, which is the reason. So you can't change what the hero has fundamentally. So what happened a long time ago is there's a while back where you can use heroes in here, guys, as food. So literally I can take other heroes, I can use them as food. And look at that, Kevin, we have a new Hippo supporter. He has his new little Hippo right there. Thank you very much for the love and support for the channel, guys. Really, really does mean a lot. But like I was saying, you can use heroes in here as food. If you lock the heroes, you can't, but you can essentially use double copies of Salakai as food. If you lock the heroes, it doesn't let you use it because they're locked. Again, it depends on the player, depends on the person. In Salakai, we just got out of Misty Valley, and this is why, guys, that gives us an Ascended Salakai. That is what we wanted to build, so we finally got him up to Ascended, and we are almost out of heroes to build. We're at the point, guys, where we have so many heroes built. Even looking here within the Noble Tavern in the wish list, we have 2 more stars to add on Palmer. Salakai is up to that level. We have the new Wilder in there. We have no Greyborns. Guys, every single Greyborn we have is done at this point, is at 5 stars at this point. Just got to get some more furniture, things like that. And look at that. We have another new subscriber, guys. Subscriber count goes to 2 of our 225. So we are slowly getting there. We're 0.89% for our subscriber count, which is very, very cool to see. So stargazing, we know we got Vithiel. We know a new hero is coming, but I got to get 2 copies of Kanisa and Root, guys. Big reason for that, of course, we're almost ready to engrave, and we'll go through. I'll open my bags in here. Again, we've been saving a lot of the stuff in here, guys. Look at the chests. Look at, we have a max amount of chests. These are the chests we've been getting. So I kind of want to break down where we've been getting these from. A lot of these have been, let me come out of here. And again, looking at the chests, guys, right down here. So some of these reward chests, this is from our deluxe card, but Temple Rift, we pushed. So we know there was an update to the Temple Rift. What's going on, Ryan? We know there was an update to the Temple Rift. We pushed like 47 floors, I think it was, in the Temple Rift to get some of these chests, guys. And again, we're going to focus on some of the red chests because we know we do want to finish out Belinda, but I also want to build baits, engraving mats, everything in here, going to make some progression. Even there's a rank 2 chest, a rank 3 chest from the Temple Rift, Master Choice chest, again, the engraving mats. These are out of, I believe, some of the hunting fields or some of the treasure scramble. Reward chests, which again are those deluxe monthly cards. Reward chests again, which we've been picking up. And then, of course, some more reward chests. That has been pushing an incredible amount of progression in the treasure scramble, in the hunting fields we've been pushing. And then also we have been pushing within the Temple Rift. A lot of different ways that we've been making, again, a lot of progression in here. And guys, I think this is going to be the pivotal moment that we hit level 700 in the game. By far the absolute biggest account that I have in AFK Arena. Not the oldest account, but it is the biggest account. And again, I believe we are going to be at the 700 mark. Now, again, red chest, we do want to pick up. We'll pick up a card out of there. Here, let's go for cores. We're going for cores because, again, we have both of these available at the shop that we can get for gold. This one, I just always choose the amplifying emblem because, again, you get quite a bit. Right there, some more engraving mats. This one, Poke coins, go for tree juice. Tree juice in the expert choice chest. 20 more right here. That's going to be a lot of essence, guys, out of there. And I know we still have more to build out of here. Super stoked again. We saved these going for the engraving mats. This one, I'm going to go for the red chest. As much as I need the engraving mats, the red chest to build up Belinda. Here, we're going to do red chest. So there's another 22 plus the 55 we got, plus the engraving mats, guys. That's a lot. That is a lot of mats overall. They got to let us retire them on a rickety car when they reach 5 stars, having to use them as food first is hell. Yeah, I wish, and we were talking about this, Andre, I wish they do it automatically. I really do wish they would do it automatically, where if I had a bunch of fodder heroes, it just took them to legendary plus themselves. It would be really, really cool to see. What game mode is Damon good in? Damon is still used in the Cursed Realm. Damon is really, really strong in the hunting fields. Damon is used in campaign formations. Damon is used in the Temple Rift. There are still a lot of different modes, GK, that he is being used. PvP, Cursed Realm. Again, it really depends because if you have, if you do have Damon built out, he'll work in a lot of different places. Will you continue to make shorts? Yes. So Yijit, we are doing the short videos every day. I'm going to go through every hero we have in AFK Arena, which I know right now, looking even at the factions, we have a lot. I've been getting requests every single day to do the hero shorts. I love it. It's hard to cram a lot of information in there in under a minute. The YouTube shorts have to be less than 60 seconds, guys, to be considered shorts. So I'm going to have to try to improve it, streamline it, so we can get as much content in that little 60-second window, Yijit, that I can really push in there. And I will do them all. I'll go through all of them. I already have a list of heroes down here that I'm focusing on. A lot of players are asking for Thorin. A lot of players are asking for some of the Celestials and Hypogeans. Again, we're going to go through them all. I have a master list of every hero that I'm going to go through and do all of those. No baits. So the baits, guys, we know there is a new event coming up. And let's see, here it is, guys. Level 700. Boom. We are 700 levels into AFK Arena, which is awesome to see. Again, just need more essence forever. The essence wall is there forever, guys. But 700 levels of 840, incredible. That is absolutely incredible that we are 700 levels. Now the Beast Ground, again, we've been focusing on baits. We have 541 right here. I am taking the Wing Lion to 18. So we've been focusing on building up the Wing Lion to 18. I need to take the Owl to 9. I need to take the Fire Breather to 9. And as you can see, we will have all of the gear or all of the Beast Resonance up to level 9, which is going to be awesome, guys. Now for the Secret Spice, save a Secret Spice. Save one Secret Spice, guys. Big reason is when the Moth comes out on Tuesday, you can actually just grab one copy. I can take him up to 6, or hopefully Beast Resonance can get him up to eventually 9, or her up to eventually level 9. Make sure you save one of these Secret Spices. In addition, with the event that's coming up, you can swap, I believe it's 375. I think it's 375 baits to get one of these secret spices as well. So going through the new events again that are coming up on Tuesday with our beast, fantastic beasts, definitely want to focus on there. Thanks for the effort for the shorts. Oh, you're welcome, Yidget. Definitely like doing them. They are a lot of fun. All right, guys. Let's see if we can get some copies out of here. There's one of the fire breather, very nice. And this again is just time. The time and effort with this game mode, guys. The beasts, again, just like the awakened heroes, just like everything else, they are not meant to be built in a day. The beast resonance is going to take a long time. But again, when the new beasts come out, we can take them straight to 6 or 9, which is going to be awesome because I don't have to build them. Mulan does require E30 plus 9 of furniture, also the engraving to be usable. Big thing is with Mulan, guys, the really optimal build is 309.30. The big thing is right here. Before the flying kick, she can take out shields. 60 is good because of the control effects. But honestly, when you start getting into a couple different game modes, being able to get through the shields is going to be a big one, but also the buffing aspect of, I believe it is the plus 30, the control immunity. The big thing to note, guys, is with the engraving is really focused on, when you look at the actual engraving, is looking curse realm wise, is the, well, physical pierce and all of that, but it is rate tenacity. So the tenacity, when she's about to be crowd controlled, it will not happen at a certain point of the cursed realm, which is huge for her crowd control to work and for them to also mitigate the crowd control within that game mode. You find buying essence from the Noble Society is even worth it at your level. We did for a while, Jordan. So what I've done, guys, within the Noble Society, and we'll do our summons here pretty quick. Within the Noble Society, I have actually bought the essence and I rotate this. That is really the big thing, Jordan, is I wanted to get to level 700. We just hit the level 700, which means when this resets in 4 days, I buy the Champions of Espria and I buy the Twisted Bounty. And you can see out of this one, we built the Poke Coins because there were a lot of heroes. We wanted to build up the 9 of 9 furniture. Now that we have both of these kind of built to a point where I'm happy with them, the Deluxe Pass, I am actually going to go for baits in the next one on the Twisted Bounty. Champions of Espria, we are going right into our engraving mats, trying to get some more 60 engraving. So once I hit 700, we kind of switch it over into building out a lot more of the heroes versus doing a lot more of the levels. And again, these are the other two that I built. I know a lot of players have said, how much did you spend in AFK Arena? Total numbers, unsure. We tried to stick to a budget of $100 a month. That is it. We did spend more in February. We're actually at $154. And I believe like 34 cents is exactly where we're at. Always, guys, transparency with the account with what we put in there. 154 this month. It was like 121, I think, last month. Because I think that's when we got Mulan was a little bit higher. But overall, guys, 2 Noble Societies is $50. The 2 monthly cards takes the total to $70, which is roughly what we buy if we do like a $20 pack here or there. Try to keep it at 100 or less. Good morning. What did I miss? Not much, Night Shiver. We're getting into the summons. We're going to go through, guys. I know, again, Olgath is coming out, but we are still going to do the summons in here just like we normally do. Get a lot of resources out of here. We build a lot of heroes. There's going to be a point where Olgath will be built with diamonds because he's easier, because he's out of that Stargazer. It is going to be nice. Mulan is Wafu next, the Shimira. Yeah, Mulan works incredibly well, guys. If you can get Mulan, or I highly, highly advise you, get a copy of Mulan, guys. Get Mulan in the exchange. It will be absolutely amazing. Even if you're lower game, guys, when you connect her to another hero, makes a big difference. I was going to summon for Vithiel. Should I wait and summon for Olgath? I pulled the trigger. The big thing is, in the way that I look at it right now, is Vithiel is proven. We know Vithiel within the Celestial Tower. We know him in the Treasure Scramble. We know him in the Curse Realm. We know him in the Grand Hunt. If you get Vithiel versus Olgath, Vithiel has an incredible amount of utility, which is the reason right now I would go with Vithiel, because we know what he does. We know what he does. We know the formations he's in. We know the build that he has required. Is Olgath gonna replace Vathiel, a tank versus a ranger, a damage versus a buffer and a shield? Absolutely not. There's going to be a point where you're going to want to build both of those, Vathiel and Olgath. Depending where Olgath falls, if Olgath comes out and a lot of whales are not using him, we don't really find a place for him. Vathiel is still going to be there. Vathiel has a lot of utility, and we know exactly where Vathiel is going to be used. So again, I would go ahead and I would build Vathiel just for the reason we know exactly where he's going to fall into. All right, guys, so we got 8 stones here. Boom. Still no hero. We've gotten one on my accounts, which was the copy of the awakened version of Aziz, which again, we don't really use. All of those are food. At this point, guys, they are all food. And I know we could get a copy of Olgath out of here, but again, 7 stones, not too worried about it. We have a copy of Ulna, so very nice. Rest of them, unfortunately, are just going to be food. And then again, just more food with all of our rear heroes in there. So unfortunately, not much luck in there. But again, I want to hop over. I want to do the summons and pick up that copy of Kanisa and Rook so we can continue building out Kanisa and Rook like we have. What's going on, Peter? And Alone says summon. All right, guys. So here we go. Belinda. We need 4 copies of the awakened version of Belinda. We have 42 cards. So between last week and this week, guys, we got 42 cards, which is awesome. We need 4 copies of Belinda. I'm hoping that we can get at least one of them out of here because it is going to give us the opportunity to build her up to Mythic Plus, which again is going to make a pretty big difference. So 1020, and it looks like there's a copy, guys. Very nice. There is the copy we needed for Mythic Plus, which takes it to 3. We need 3 more copies, guys, and she will be done. Just some more resources with that one. We have our final 2 cards. But we are close with the Awakened Hero, guys. 3 more copies, and she will be up to the Ascended level. Very cool. All right, Kanisa and Rook. Let me make sure, guys. I think we need 2 copies, which it looks like we do. 2 copies. That way we can unlock the engraving in there, which we're going to. Is there a guide for relics to pick up for the Temple Rift? Yeah, there's a couple guides out there, Ryan. You definitely check them out. Look in the guide section. There's a few in there. Again, with the auto run, it really chooses the best ones in there. It's not really that huge. Good morning. Is there a way I can talk to you and send you screenshots? Yes. Jose, down below the video, guys, there is a link to Discord. If you want to hop over on Discord, you can send screenshots over there. You can talk to me. It's FHG999 or 0999 is my Discord, the handle in there. Definitely hop in Discord. There's a lot of players in there, guys, with an incredible amount of information. Again, Kanisa and Rook, we are looking for 2 copies. We need 2 copies. That way we can do the engraving on him. And then everything else we're going to save for Olgath. Hoping we're not going to burn through too many cards. There is 1. Just need 1 more, guys. And then we'll be set. I would love to see the diamonds, and there we go. There is our 2nd copy. So that still leaves us a lot of diamonds left. Also does leave us some Stargazer cards. We're going to do the regular summons in here, but that is really, really cool to add Awaken Belinda. And then, of course, Kanisa and Rook. 69 of our regular scrolls. I'm not sure I'm going to use diamonds in there. We're going to save those right now. But our regular summons, guys, going to pull some elites out of here, which is Anasta. I don't think we have Anasta at 5 stars yet. Still got to get her a little bit higher with the engraving. Nevi got to get a little higher. Peanut a little higher. 2nd copy of Anasta. We're making a lot of progression in here. Yeah, we got pretty lucky with the pulls there. There we go. A copy of Angelo in that one. And then, of course, our faction cards, guys. I'm going to go Wilder because we have the new Wilder up. So maybe we'll pull a copy of him. We've already gotten him, I believe, to Legendary at this point. We've gotten pretty lucky. The faction scrolls, and there we go, guys. A double, which is Arden and Raku. Like I was saying, the faction scrolls, their value continue to decline as I build more heroes. As I build more heroes, there's less and less of an impact for our faction cards. Until they add the Awakened Heroes in there, I'm really, really hoping that they fall. But should wait for the... Yeah, again, Chris, we're going to build the hypos anyways. By the way, guys, get 1 copy for Belinda. Yes, Grand Hunt Legendary. Belinda is working in there. Vathiel and Olgath. Honestly, Vathiel. Vithio, again, because we know exactly what he can do. Wait, why was Angel? So the reason for that, Petty King, is because I don't have my wish list full. Because I do not have my wish list full, I can summon literally any hero that is available, including the legendary heroes. They do pop up in here to get copies of them because the wish list is empty. So I can actually pull the ones in here as elite heroes because, again, they're just utilized for food at this point as kind of fodder heroes. But we have the ability to pull them because the wish list is empty. I'm thinking of going base 6 engraving for Awakened Brutus. Which one? What do you mean base 6? Let me know what you mean, Peter. All right, guys. So let's see. So Belinda again, 3 more copies. We are 3 away from getting her up to that ascended level, and then of course we're gonna have to add some stars on there. Honesta, we picked up another copy, which is good. Everything else in here, we're just gonna have to go ahead and recycle, just like we have in the past. And of course, we have another copy of Alna right there, so not enough to add another star. And then in here, Kanisa and Rook pick up the 1 star for the engraving, guys. Again, Kanisa and Rook's engraving, definitely pretty big. We're at the point where we're going to start engraving some of these heroes as we continue. So the Oaken, got to get some 9 of 9 furniture on here. 41,000 Poke coins we picked up in a week. And again, a lot of those did come from what we had over there. Let me see Salakai. I don't think we added Salakai in here, but they came from the Noble Society. I believe all of these towers are full, guys. We're to the point where they are full. I just got my Lucretia ascended. Where should I go from 1 star? Yes. Tenzo, yes, absolutely, guys. Lucretia, 1 star. You absolutely want to build. Guys, Lucretia is probably, I would say probably the biggest hero in AFK Arena that you still want to build out. Lucretia will be your second team by herself, but she definitely needs to be built out. Yeah, like I said, I meant paste in plus 60 engraving. Yeah, absolutely. Engraving, guys, plus 60 engraving. I'll have to look. Okay, back. What's going on? GK went and took a shower during the live stream. For the engraving on Brutus, you want to go on haste. Haste is really the big thing. What's going on, Devin? Yo, what's up, chat? Happy Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday to us. I'm also getting furniture for her. Should I use my 3 mythic cards? Yes. Tenzo, absolutely. Again, yep, right there. Sivu, and again, the red letters in here are kind of weird. Got Lucretia to 30960 finally. That is where you want to build her, guys. The stronger you build Lucretia, the better Lucretia is going to perform, which is the reason why you do want to build her, and you do want to build her out very, very high, guys. 30960 is honestly the place that I would keep her. The big thing is, if you look at Lucretia, she's still being used in the Curse Realm, guys. We still use her in the Treasure Scramble. We still use her in campaign formations. The Hypogean Tower, she is the second team. When you start getting into progression, she is the second team. Absolutely. Also, FHG, I also built out Vithio because he got me hyped for him. Yes, he is crazy, Devin. Building out Vithio, guys, is a game changer when it came to the damage that he puts out. It is incredibly big to see the damage that he is putting out. Is Grez still relevant? Yes. Grez Jordan is still run in campaign formations. Grez is also still run within a lot of Cursed Realm comps, also run in Twisted Realm comps. We see Grez a lot. Absolutely. So you used 250k diamonds, got him to 1 star with 50k. That is incredible. So I think did you only use 50k, Devin, or did you use 200? 200k diamonds, I think, is more probably logical, but if you did, that is crazy. Finally caught you live. Your videos help me understand things so much. Oh, thank you, Little Soren. All right, guys. So we still got the Awakened version of Belinda, which I believe we pulled some of the furniture for her last time. Look at that. Salakai goes to 4 of 9 already. Kanis and Rook. We just got to get some more furniture in here, guys. We will continue building out these 9 of 9s and just swapping heroes. There's another piece for Mulan. Lot of hero builds today, guys. And again, this is why we're continuing to make progression. Another piece for Belinda in there. Not only gaining levels, but building out a couple of the key heroes. right now, Kanisa and Rook, absolutely when it comes to the tower, making a big difference. There's a second piece for the awakened version of Belinda, and I think we already have 4 or 5 for her, which is really, really cool to see. Another copy for Mulan. I believe that takes her past that 3 of 9. Another mythic right there, which is Orin. Orin, guys, is definitely a hero that is utilized within the towers. We are using Orin for the Wilder Tower. Does very, very well. When Grez's minions in the game, yeah, if Grez can scale, it's done. That is really the big thing, guys. If you can get Grez to scale within a battle, and there we go, it does give us that 3 of 9. Big game changer there for Mulan. Let me see where Belinda is, where that awakened version of Belinda is. We have 2 already. Wanted to make sure I didn't remember what exactly we summoned last time, but that does give us 2 in there already in the workshop. Let's go ahead and recycle, see if we have enough maybe for 1 more, which we're a little bit short. But who do we got in here? So we got 4 or 5. See, we could drop out 7. We could finish out Sonya. Still using Sonya in a considerable amount, but we could finish out Treznar. But I think Kanisa and Root, guys, and then I'm going to save the cards. I'm going to save the cards because Treznar and Sonya, again, not a huge priority to build them out. The rest of them, not huge. It's not going to take anyone to 9 of 9. So I'm going to save these 2 cards and we'll see. Yeah, Orin fully built, guys, is an absolute monster, which I love. Is Ainz still relevant? Yes, Ainz is still relevant, guys. There are still a lot of places that I use. Still a lot of places that players use, including myself, use Ainz. A lot of the content in AFK Arena, Ainz doesn't become irrelevant until you get a lot of other heroes built. That is really the really big thing. Tenzo, it really doesn't make a big difference until you get other heroes, until you get big damage dealers that are going to replace Ainz eventually. Up until the point, guys, Ainz still works phenomenal. Ainz is still a very, very strong hero in a lot of different game modes. His relevance goes away when the power creep gets to the point of not, essentially the heroes not being there anymore, with you having bigger damage heroes. Kind of wish we get infinite gold in the purple dust. Yeah, that would make it super easy, Peter. How's it going, Sai? What did you? I don't know when you hopped in, Luck, but we did all the summons. Lux is here as well, guys. Orin or Iran, I need that damage dealer for the Wilder Tower. Mishka can't do it alone. So looking at the 2 heroes, guys, now Iran actually has a lot of utility outside of the tower. Is he used in the tower? Yes, absolutely. He is also used in the 5-pole in a lot of different formations. I'm still seeing the utility. We're looking fundamentally at Orin. Orin is just being used for the towers. I don't know outside of the towers, a lot of places he's being used, even being built out. I'm not seeing him used in PvP anymore. It's changed a lot of different formations where he doesn't quite have the kill capacity or the strength that he's being used in different formations, guys. He has kind of fell out a little bit. How did the summons go? Not the best, guys. We got a lot of fodder heroes in here. Not really anyone game changing. We got our copies of Kanisa and Rook. We got the copy we wanted of Belinda. So just continuing to build out all of those heroes. The rest of the Stargazer cards, the rest of the diamonds, we are waiting for Olgath. So Olgath is, of course, going to be up on Tuesday. So we'll have to see exactly where he is. 1 copy from 1 Star Solus and 1 copy from 909 Furniture. That's awesome, Evan. Solus is a game changer, guys. Solus is incredibly, incredibly well. Love your content, dude. Keep up the good work. Oh, thank you. First comment here. I find it interesting that so many tier lists put Iran very low and the ranks, and it absolutely destroys me in HOE, demolishing my heroes. Yeah, it depends on the team comp that you're fighting, Eric. That's one of the big things. It depends on the build. It depends on the heroes that you have. He will crush heroes. Now, if you put a defensive formation in there, if you put a Saul formation in there, he can't do anything. And you also have to remember, guys, with the Heroes of Espria, they're giving a very specific buff to players that are in there. I want to push a little bit in the Heroes of Espria as well. We still have about 15 more minutes here. they are giving a very specific buff within the Heroes of Espria, and it looks like we pushed up to Masters, guys. It looked like we got some looks like some players were farming us. If you caught the video from last night with the brand new code, make sure you use the code. But right there, guys, we were getting farmed by Musali 1994. Farmed us up to Masters. So we are actually in the Masters right now, giving us 25 more Stargazer cards, which is awesome. We got, what, a lot of common scrolls, 5 tier 4 stones. So now the question is, can we make it to Legends? Legends is going to be the next push. I was going to come in here and push to Masters, but as you can see, we are already pushed into Masters over our 12K limit just because of players trying to farm us. Do you add your fans on AFK Arena? What do you mean, Colin? I don't know what you mean by adding my fans on AFK Arena. So in here, guys, friends list. I'm going to go through, I'm going to ignore everyone. If you did an application, if you did anything, I ignored. There were 2 players that were inactive. So again, go ahead, send your friends a request if you want to drop it in here. I will add the first 2. I always do the auto, just like assigning heroes. When I send out my heroes, guys, I always do the auto in there just to make it fair. I'm not picking and choosing who I'm giving heroes to. I'm not picking and choosing exactly who I'm building out. But let's see, within the current event, Inseparable Friends, guys, I've actually been buying baits out of here. Pretty good deal for baits overall. Again, looking to build out some of those heroes or some of the beasts to get them to that 9 resonance have been my focus. The Shepherd's Serenity, we're at 157. So again, making some pretty good progression in there as well, which is awesome to see. What is going on, Winnie? And Jaffa got Alna Ascended. You wanted to. You wanted to absolutely get Alna Ascended, guys. That 9 of 9 furniture is awesome. Like your trash team and later Treasure Scramble can get wins with him. Yeah, again, it depends what team you fight. That's kind of the thing is, one, if you have a really strong built out Orin, it will work well. Again, depending on the team that you're fighting. If he's going up against some awakened heroes like the awakened version of Brutus, Anasa, some PvP teams, even with the Dimensionals and awakened Brutus in there, he's not going to get through him. He is not going to get through a team like that because the defense is too high for the damage that he does put out in there. What's your name? My name is Dennis. Most of you know if you've been viewing a little while. My name is Dennis. That is my official name that was given to me when I was born. Can you drop down from Masters? No. Once you hit Masters, that is where you're locked. It will be stuck in there. You will stay at Masters. You cannot go back down. Even if you're farmed. That is the reason, Servu, why so many players do push to Masters, is because once you get to Masters, you're there, which is awesome. That is absolutely where you want to. How do you get roses from the event? So the roses from the event come from the Treasure Scramble. So with the Treasure Scramble right now, it does have the double that is going on, or is it Twisted Realm? I think the Twisted Realm, this is exactly where you get them, not the Cursed Realm. I think it's the Twisted Realm is where you get them. Here's the leaderboard so far. Again, another 8 cards and some, but it is out of the Twisted Realm. When you farm the Twisted Realm, this is what gives you the rewards. It gives you the flowers, the bouquets to give to other players. So definitely want to go in there and grind that out a little bit. Guys, got another copy of Lucretia, 3 away from Ascended. Raphael, get the furniture ready, get the engraving ready. Absolutely major. Mine is Dennis too. Well, what's up from Dennis to Dennis? My name's Coherent. It's probably one of the first. I'm active every day. Oh, very cool. If I haven't made any major mistakes, you think it would make sense to use the swap scroll to take a 9 of 9 furniture Tassie into Palmer or Nevi? Honestly, yes, Darren. Tassie doesn't have a lot of utility anymore. I think even the one formation that she was being utilized in is now gone. Honestly, if you're swapping like a Tassie for a Palmer, yes, it definitely that is a good swap. Palmer needs the furniture. Nevi as well, both of them big support heroes. Out of Palmer and Nevi, guys, I would build Palmer first. Palmer, again, like we talked about a little bit earlier, guys, is a really, really big buffing hero in a lot of different formations. I mean, he works incredibly well. Absolutely. I grinded the Twisted Realm and didn't get any flowers. That's where they come from, right? Let me check the event, guys. I'm almost positive it is the Twisted Realm. The Twisted Realm right here. Twisted Realm ends in 7 days. They are from the Twisted Realm, guys. And of course, this is one of the absolute most hated fights. I hate doing the Grotesque Mage. I wish they would change it up already, but they never have, unfortunately, at that. Yep, the Twisted Realm is what rewards those flowers. In the Inseparable Friends, I'm thinking of getting Wukong because I already got a max. 2 extra copies. Might be worth it, Peter, depending on where you're at. So I know the heroes within there are not really, it is not really worth getting, in my opinion. Again, if you're not building out any of the heroes, guys, that are in Inseparable Friends, any of the Celestials and Hypogeans, it's not really worth getting them. Again, maybe Kanisa and Rook, but you have to be building them out. There's not, again, a big push to build any of these heroes. Will they help on the tower? Yes. Are they used in a ton of formations? In a couple, but they need to be built. Zap and Kanisa and Rook are really the only two. Audrey, short of the tower, not really used. Zekus, I've never built. But looking at 200 resources for Wukong, I would just pass. I would wait to get Wukong. I know it's going to be a swap for another hero, but the return that you're going to see from like cores, red chests, even baits can be a much bigger impact than getting one single copy of a Celestial hero. Definitely could be. Realm has to be 300 though. Oh, so there you go. Just like what Ryan said. Ryan said that a lower level within the Twisted Realm does not give flowers. I did not know that. I guess you have to be at level 300 or higher to get those flowers. In a video from a while ago, you mentioned the whales were trying to control the results. That is not a thing, Caro. Key used to control the bets within the Cursed Realm. He has actually sold his account, had a child, left AFK Arena, got rid of the account. So there is zero control of the Cursed Realm. It happened for 4 or 5 cycles, and we got through, I believe 4 of the 5 cycles we actually won, but it is gone at this point, guys. There is no controlling the battle wager. It is simply just RNG. Thanks for the answer. Nevi 309.30 worth it for Cursed Realm? Yes. Nevi, guys, is still being used a lot of places, Eric. Big thing with Nevi is the plus 60 engraving. Plus 30 is good with this, again, because of the shield damage reduction. But this is where she really shines, is with the summoned heroes. Because this also applies to the Awakened version of Baden, the Awakened version of Solus. It applies to Grez. Any of our summoning heroes, this is huge when it comes to building out. That is why Nevi built out is included a lot with the Awakened version of Solus, because she will actually buff Solus up through the roof with the attack, and the haste and the minions that she possesses will also get those buffs as well, which is a really cool way for the Awakened version of Solus to really stretch out some of the damage that she does in there. Why won't you give us the Dimensional Tower? I'm trying. I've been trying, Petty. Talk to AFK Arena, talk to Lilith, trying to get the Dimensional Tower. We really do need it. I'm hoping that they do it soon, or maybe if they do another collab, they relaunch a Dimensional Tower at that point. We need a Dimensional Tower. We have been, we've been really pushing to get one of those. Are there any new PvE formation guides with new heroes? No, most of them, Daniels, are the old heroes. The big thing is looking at most of the formations you're going to find in here, guys. Do not use any of the new heroes because the formations are old. These are formations, and again, it doesn't date these formations. It doesn't tell you exactly when. Even looking down here, let's say Vastman was on 781. This could be 2 years ago that he came through here at 781. But you know, it's a little bit newer because we do have the pets up there. But again, looking at the Elder Trees built up pretty low. So definitely focused on the Awakened heroes, as you can see. The tree, again, a little bit low. I wish it would timestamp when these came through here. Even here, guys, 18.28 billion from Eins. Still running Eins in there, which again, level deficiencies. Looking at Santa, came through here. Sono Res, same thing. There's no way to really, I mean, the available formations is kind of the best way to look at it. What heroes do you have? What heroes can you swap? It's going to take an incredible amount of time for these the new heroes to get in formations. One, they have to be built out, and then two, you have to have a formation that they're going to work to actually go in here to be seen. Again, it could be months, even years, before we see those formations actually being worked out there. Because I've been top 50 this whole event and never got flowers once. That's why, Ryan. Yep, floor 148. How do you sell an account? So essentially, you sell your account and you give your access to your account information to someone else. I wouldn't recommend doing it, and I will not doing it. I've never sold an account. Even going back through all of the games that I have ever played, guys, I've never sold an account. I think the time and effort that I put into building up an account, such as this one, when I stop playing AFK Arena, it's just going to go to the wayside. You know, if there's a point that comes that we do not play this game anymore, the account will sit here just like my WoW account, my Ultima Online account, my Dark Age of Camelot account. Really looking at all of it, guys, it is just going to sit, and there is not going to be a point where I'm selling my accounts. My accounts are my accounts, and regardless of the price that I'm offered for them, will not sell the account. What about another whole set of class towers? That would be really cool, Darren. If they did that Ranger support, if they broke it out that way instead of factions, could definitely be something that we could change in the future. Really struggling with the hunting fields on Greyborn. What heroes? So JJP, check out the channel for my FHG account. I just did a guide last night for what to use in what faction. The 10 heroes you should be using within the Greyborn. I don't remember them right offhand, but check that video. I go through the hunting field formation guide for the heroes that you should be specifically using within every single faction. And then we also covered the second guide, which is kind of the basics of everything that kind of does break it down in there. I mean, rank 140 in the... Yeah, if you click on the chest, it'll tell you, if you see flowers in there, you can get flowers. If you do see them, I get salty with thorn cheese. Yes, the thorn cheese is bad. The thorn cheese absolutely is pretty bad. And look at that, guys, another brand new subscriber. That gives us 3 already for the live stream, which gives us 225 is what we needed for 30,000 subscribers, guys. We are absolutely getting there. Super stoked to see the progression that we're making on Belinda. Gonna keep pumping all of our red chests into her. Boom, that takes her to a 28. Starting to get a lot of the furniture built up, starting to get some of those tier 4 stones. Going to build her out, guys. Now again, when you look at heroes such as Belinda, damage dealing heroes are super, super dependent. Even right there is 2 crit. Super dependent on the stats, which is the reason why we are gonna build up these heroes as much as possible, because the stats. Damage dealers, damage heroes need stats. That is really all of the way that they produce their damage. If they are missing stats, including the furniture, including the signature item, including the engraving, if they're missing that kind of aspect, the damage isn't going to be there. That's really one of the big things, guys, is you really do have to build out gear. Super important on any of your heroes like Kren. Tier 4 weapons, give them the physical pierce or the magic pierce. But the damage dealers need the tier. The higher the tier, again, the effectiveness of the hero that you're building within that tier. Now looking at Kanisa and Rook, again, we're going to do the engraving. I think I'm a little bit short here, which we are. I'm going to build out what we have, because again, we know Kanisa and Rook. We are going to build out, guys. We are taking Kanisa and Rook to the 60. The IS, the insight right here, makes his crowd control more effective. Physical pierce, accuracy. And again, I'm not going in any specific order in here just because we are going to build him out. Plus 30 Kanisa and Rook, good. Plus 60 Kanisa and Rook, even better when it comes to the build. And there's the tenacity, guys. So he is not going to be getting hit with that crowd control as we continue to build him out. A subscription is only $2 a month. Definitely worth the money. Oh, thank you, Devin. Big shout out to Devin. I know he is a massive, massive supporter. And you can see his little gold hippo right there. We're at what, 26? 26 to 30, guys. We are close for Kanisa and Rook. He has been one of the absolute driving forces. And I'll show you the reason why I'm building out Kanisa and Rook. When it comes to the King's Tower, he is now a staple in the King's Tower, guys. When you get to two formations, he is staple in every single formation. You can see Kanisa and Rook right there. Crowd control aspect, the damage mitigation aspect, Knisa and Rook is being used in almost every formation that you see in here. Once you get to a certain point, this one unfortunately doesn't have it, but they're almost level, what, 686 right there. But almost every single formation is running some form of Knisa and Rook, and he is used within the Treasure Scramble. We are also seeing him utilized within the Curse Realm. And look at that, Kid Monkey, another new subscriber, guys. That is 4, so that brings us to 221 that we still need, guys. I put it to the end of the month. I want to see if we can do it by the end of the month. Isn't 1 star 30960 everything unlocked for an awakened hero? Yes, Ryan. That is at the point where you are going to get everything unlocked. The other big reason, guys, of course, with these heroes is if you look, this is unlocked, but you can see plus 30 signature item, exclusive furniture, and this is the engraving, guys, to build out these heroes and ascended tier. So having Belinda at Mythic Plus, I am still missing this last part because I do not have her ascended. Awakened heroes you have to build out. You really have to put time and effort into these heroes, guys, which again, that is what it's going to take. I have been building Belinda for a couple weeks now. I know we did the big purchase last time to finish out Vithiel, but Belinda is going to take some time, guys. Once we build her out, it increases her utility exponentially when you do build her out. Definitely, again, have to build out the heroes, guys. Even the Awakened version of Solus, you're missing the whole damage part of her if you don't have her built out with the engraving, with the signature items, and also with the furniture. All right, guys, so let me hop over. I'm going to do my subscriber giveaway just like we do, guys. We do this every single video we do. So let me hop on here, and I'm going to do the viewer, the membership gifting. Again, something that I love to do every single time that we do our live stream. We do our membership gifting. So it just takes a minute for that to pop up. And it'll show up in just a minute, guys, and the new members to the channel. So we're also going to be focusing on, of course, building Tamaris. We're seeing Tamaris actually showing up in a bunch of different formations as well. And today, guys, because it is Super Bowl Sunday, we did 5 gifted memberships. So it goes out to 5 random viewers that are in our chat, which is awesome to see. So Raphael, Petty, Andre, Darren, and Anthex, congratulations for the brand new memberships, guys. You get the little hippos right there to your next to your name. What's going on, Radu? Very, very cool. And there they are, guys. They are going out for our new memberships. And again, saving 20,000 diamonds, guys. Olgath is going to be out Tuesday. Olgath is going to be, let's see, Marco. So did we accept our new friends? Friends list, guys, we always just, I accept all, boom. Accept all. Everyone else we are going to ignore, so I'm not sure exactly. It looks like the Legend 21 might have been accepted, and it looks like, thought I seen a second one in here. Boss. So you can see, guys, the little red gift sent, and there we go. So the Legend 21 and Boss, again, if they hit 2 days, so even Brian Radical right here, if they hit 2 days AFK, I bump them off the list, then we just replace them with other players that are active. Same thing you guys should be doing with an active guild, guys. Make sure that you go in here and you are doing that. And Asta, look at that. Another Hippo supporter, guys. That is already with the gifted memberships that I did. That is 7, which is awesome. Can you be my mentor in the Solemn Vow? I can. I actually can. If you want to go in here, Radu, definitely put in the application. Same with the Solemn Vow, guys. If a player's off for 2 or 3 days where we do not get any activity in there, I drop them out. I drop them out of the Solemn Vow. I'm very active in AFK Arena, as you guys can imagine. Definitely, Radu, drop in here. I will be the mentor. I actually mentor on all of my accounts. Most of you know we have the faction accounts, the FHG, the free-to-play. If you need a mentor, guys, again, actively playing players, I already have all the rewards. I have everything out of here. We're even doubled up. But to help any player in AFK Arena, guys, if you need a mentor, hop on any of my accounts. I will mentor anyone who needs it. Even hopping over in Discord. Can you have the ID? Sure, it is 813-21553. That is the ID, 813-21553. Let me know your name, Radu, and I will add you in there. Again, the FHG, I believe I just removed the players in there from the Solemn Vow because, again, they were inactive. And I do the same for all the faction accounts. I have a ton of heroes built and a ton of different accounts, as you guys know. Anyone who wants to be, again, is going to be active, that wants to borrow some heroes, all of my accounts even have all the dimensional heroes, short of like, of course, Yukio, which nobody really wants or uses. But if you're looking to build out a couple of heroes, or if you need to borrow some heroes, a majority of them I do have. They have to be AFK. So I thought that KD, and they might have changed it. So I had a person on the FHG account that was AFK for 5 days inactive. I don't think it's 7 days inactive. I think it is 7 days mentored. So if, let's say, they played the first 5 days and then they went inactive in the last very 2, as long as you have been the mentor for them for 7 days, you can remove them. And I believe, again, KD, I believe that is how it works. So even if you spend 2 weeks with a player and then they go inactive after those 2 weeks, you can still boot them after that. It's just 7 days. You can't recycle through people super quick. There's a 7-day cooldown from when you accept someone in there. And what's going on, Fallen Hoot? The first time getting on a live stream. Is it possible to garrison Arthur? I don't believe so, because you can buy them. If you go to the store, Jose, you can actually buy a couple different heroes, including Arthur. I believe Arthur is right here, if I remember correctly. You can't garrison the heroes because you can buy the heroes. That's the big thing, is you can buy the heroes out of the Labyrinth store. You don't have to garrison them. I know the garrison list, I think, is pretty... Yeah, so these are the ones that you cannot buy. That is why, guys, like Joan wouldn't be in here. Leonardo da Vinci wouldn't be in here. Arthur wouldn't be in here, because you can buy them. That is the reason you can get them. You don't garrison them. You just buy them. Oden is close to 9 of 9 furniture, E60. Awesome, Raphael. Oden, still an incredible amount of utility with the hero. Definitely well worth the build to build out Oden, guys. If I wanted to buy a Celestial, what would be the best to pick up? I was thinking Merlin. Merlin is the dimensional poke, and you can't buy him. If you're looking to buy a Celestial, honestly, looking at the utility right now, if you're going to buy, if you have no Celestials, guys, Lucretia is the one to get. Do you give away in-game rewards? I can't give you anything in-game, guys. Unfortunately, short, and that's why I love they did the gifting membership in here. I can't give in-game rewards. Again, I can help out with knowledge if you want formations, anything like that. Even going through in here with the Solemn Vow. But again, in-game rewards, I cannot give out, unfortunately. If I worked for Lilith, definitely, I would love to. And what's going on, Ryan? Yeah, the garrison is only for the collaboration heroes. The rest of those you can buy. But again, Poke, if you're looking to pick up or straight up purchase a hero, guys, Lucretia would be the choice. She would be the choice. Merlin, again, Merlin is good. Leonardo is good. A lot of those. Should I get Lucretia to 5 stars? Depending, Bryce, if you have a lot of other Celestials and Hypogens, yes, there is a point that you would. And honestly, I would make sure you have the twins, you have Mortis, you have Ulna, you have Lucretia. Getting Lucretia to 3 stars is really as far as you do need to bring her. If you're taking her to 5 stars, that means you have a ton of other heroes already built, Bryce. That is really the big thing. If you have a ton of Celestial or Hypogens built, there's no reason. Even when it comes to the Awakened heroes, such as Thane, Brutus, there is no reason to take them to 5 stars, guys. I took them to 5 stars for the competitive nature of the game, even looking at Brutus, even looking at Solus. I have taken them to 5 stars again because we do put some money in here. It is the old pay to win account. With that being said, there is no reason to take them up to the 5 stars unless you're being competitive with them. That is really the big thing. And what's going on? Ryan with the super chat donation in there. Very nice. He is so generous when it comes to AFK Arena and when it comes to the channel. Ryan is definitely one of the super chatters that I see often. I'm in mid-game, just about to unlock the Oaken. Which furniture should I build out? First furniture build should absolutely be Damon. Guys, if you're early mid-game, Damon is your carry. Damon is still used. Even going into chapter 46, Damon is still used. Cursed Realm, Damon is still used. So many aspects of AFK Arena, guys. Damon is still absolutely being used in there, which is very cool, guys. Again, if you want a hero that can carry through a ton of AFK Arena content, Damon is the carry. Damon will be. Yep, if you miss Geralt and Yennefer, you can buy them. It usually takes roughly 4 months. So after the heroes have been out for roughly about 4 months, you'll be able to garrison Geralt and Yennefer out of here. But again, it's about 4 months after the release of the hero, which means if we're February going into March now, it's going to be like August before we see Mulan in there. It's going to take a long time before it's in there. I started an alt account, Engrave Damon. There's not really a need, Bryce, but if you do, it's not going to do you wrong. If you go in here and you do a little bit of engraving, I would never take him past, let's say, a plus 30 engraving. But even looking, so fundamentally thinking new account, I wouldn't go for the engraved, because even with the new account, you have heroes like Scarlet. You know, you have Scarlet in there, you have Palmer in there. There's a lot of heroes that require the engraving to actually be strong. Even like a Mishka. There's a lot of heroes, again, that I would engrave before Damon. But again, Damon, it's not going to do you wrong if you did, but there's a lot of higher priorities than Damon. Where should I prioritize my gems? So the big thing with gems in stargazing is when you get to the point, Jace, of the King's Tower, where you're farming cards. If you are not farming Stargazer cards in here yet, guys, don't Stargaze. Unless you're pay to win. If you're pay to win, go ahead and do whatever you want. But like I said, when you're getting to the point of getting Stargazer cards within these towers, that is the point you want to start Stargazing. Not earlier, but is really. Is it worth paying 100k guild points for time cards? Yes. Guys, buying the time cards are probably one of the biggest things. If you ever, in all of your AFK arena days, ever want to build an awakened hero, buying the cards out of here every day, and then buying the cards out of here when you have them in the guild shop are really the two biggest way that you want to get. If I want to spend money real on the game for dimensionals, who would be the best to pick up? Honestly, right now, if you're buying a dimensional, I would just buy Mulan, because Mulan is at a 50% discount right now, guys. Again, the rest of the ones I believe that you can buy out of the dimensional heroes, I believe the rest that you can buy are $100. I would buy Mulan at the 50% off. That is going to give you an incredible amount of resources that you have to use to get her for free, which again makes a big change, because you don't have to keep them. I wish you could keep dimensionals after you have them. Why don't we have to keep renting them? So they've talked about that before, Fallen Hoot. There's going to be a point, they've talked about making it where if you rent them 6 times, once you finish paying for them, it is just going to be kind of a permanent rental. I don't know exactly when or if that's coming, but there's going to be a point where you don't have to keep renting them. I have to do the same on my free-to-play account, is continue renting them, which is kind of silly once you've used all of them. Sorry, guys. So we're a little bit over on the stream today, but again, we picked up 4 more subs, a lot of members, even got some super chats in here. So very cool. I've been garrisoning Irons from someone in the guild that's been doing that for free, but I don't want to leave my guild. So you can use it if you join someone else, Bryce, you don't have to pay for it again. So that's it is permanently rented. Yeah, you can use it from anyone. If you leave your guild, even if you kick the people off your friends list, you can rent Irons from anyone. And they updated that a while ago where they don't have to be on the list. So if you go in here and you actually do the manage or getting the mercenaries, you don't have to have them in the list anymore. You can just get them. You can get them out different places. You don't have to stay with the friends. You don't have to stay with the guild. If you rented Irons 6 times, the Irons you rented 6 times will stay with you, Bryce. Yep. Nope. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to rent them again. You can pick them up from whoever. Even if you're not in the guild and you empty your friends list, I believe it still randomly picks players that have them. So if I'm looking for Irons or another hero, it'll show me players that don't have them, even if they're not in the list. Definitely makes difference. Sorry guys, again, that'll do it for our stream. Happy Super Bowl Sunday, guys. Be real safe today. Still waiting to see 6:30 is the kickoff time for me locally, which is going to be pretty cool. I'm hoping the Chiefs are going to win just because everyone is rooting for the Eagles. I'm kind of going on the other side of the underdog. So again, guys, have a great Sunday. Thank you guys for joining me for the stream. It is very, very cool to see the progression. We are almost to 30,000 subscribers, guys. We are absolutely getting there. A couple more hundred probably by the end of the month. We will be there, guys. So again, thank you guys for joining me for the stream. Have a good weekend. Have a safe Super Bowl. And as always, thank you guys for watching.